Just a quick announcement before we get into things, the next Ranch Week is coming up from December 2nd through December 8th. For those unfamiliar, Ranch Week is a shiny hunting event that I host twice a year that centers around a 24/7 stream of my Pokémon Ranch. For every shiny found in Generation 3 and 4 posted with the hashtag Ranch Week during the event period, I add them to the ranch for everyone to watch, followed by a parade at the end of the week of all the shinies found. So make sure to tune in to the week-long ranch stream to enjoy seeing everyone's shinies and maybe spot some of your own submissions as well. Also, Chotakana, who made the graphics for Ranch Week and you may more likely recognize as the artist behind many of the amazing thumbnails on this channel, including the one on this video, has reopened her Etsy shop and is having a Black Friday sale on all of her awesome Pokemon stickers, including some familiar faces. So be sure to check out her shop and pick up some stickers if you're interested. Now this is a video I knew I would be making even as far back as my previous Scizor shiny hunts. In fact, I state multiple times throughout that video how I thought this hunt would have been part of it before a streak of incredible luck shortened what I was expecting to be some of the longest hunts. When I first played through Legends ZA, I had a basic plan in mind for how I wanted to shiny hunt Scizor. Surely with it having a Mega Evolution and being featured at least on the logo-less version of the box art, there would be some place where we could hunt Scizor directly. There's even a jacket in this game that feels like it was specifically made for me, with Scizor emblazoned on the back and the option to use its Coliseum shiny colors. So I figured we'd just play through until we found where it spawns and then... Okay, well I didn't see it anywhere, but maybe these random alpha spawners in the postgame could have Scizor as a possible spawn. I mean, this spot spawns over 60 different species, tons of which have megas. Alright, so as it turns out there are no Scizor spawns anywhere in Lumiose City. In fact, the only wild Scizor you encounter anywhere has a brief cutscene cameo right after one of the Rogue Mega encounters towards the end of the game. How there exists a Rogue Mega Scizor when there are no wild ones in existence is a mystery for another time. But for our purposes, this means that the only way for us to hunt shiny Scizor with a ZA origin mark is to evolve it from Scyther, similar to how we did it in most other games. Without our hypothetical Scizor pocket dimension of Hyperspace Lumiose to hunt in, the only location for our purposes is Wild Zone 13. And like I did in Legends Arceus, I'd really like to hunt one that's a shiny alpha. Since it's in a wild zone and isn't a fixed alpha, that puts it at a 5% rate. To assist in our hunt, we can pick up the Shiny Charm, which in this game gives +3 shiny rolls like it did back in Legends Arceus, bringing the shiny rate down to 1 in 1024. Combining these, our shiny Alpha Scyther has a 1 in 20,480 rate to spawn. Also, I figure if I don't address this here, I'm gonna get a million comments asking, no, there are no new ribbons or marks in Pokemon Legends ZA, at least not as of making this video. The Pokemon data structure is the same as Scarlet and Violet, so Pokemon still keep track of which ribbons and marks they have, but the game seemingly lacks the ability to set new ones. In fact, even Mystery Gift Pokemon obtained in this game don't have the ribbons they're supposed to. The game even checks during the Mystery Gift process what ribbon the event Pokemon is supposed to have, but even when the Pokemon is created, it ends up not having the corresponding ribbon set at all. With all that out of the way, we have a new Origin Mark Scizor to collect, with the Alpha Mark being the only one it can potentially have from this game. Interestingly, in this game, Scyther is exclusively found here at nighttime, making this the first game in the series where it can only be found during a specific time of day. Platinum gave Scyther a 10% boost during the morning, but it could still be found at other times. Luckily for us, Wild Zone 13 at night is entirely fixed in its spawns, with exactly 2 Pinsir, 3 Phantump, an Alpha Trevenant, 2 Heracross, and 2 Scyther. In order to shiny hunt in Legends ZA, we just need to respawn our target over and over. For some species, this can be achieved simply by running away 70 meters and then returning to the spawn radius of 50 meters. Other species can achieve this by repeatedly using the fly points next to their spawner. But the spawner for the 2 Scyther is frustratingly positioned just out of reach of where we end up when flying to Zone 13. These 2 Scyther are, however, just within reach of the bench next to the battle court on the other side of the alley. Now, admittedly, I could just set up a turbo controller to press A and hold a rubber band down on the joystick every night, and wake up to 2 shiny Scyther every morning. But that method is much slower than other more active methods because we have to see 2 time of day cutscenes in order to spawn any Scyther. Instead, what we'll do is reset the entire zone at once and only see spawns at night by saving in the middle of the zone right before the cutscene triggers. Also, given that Palkia is not in this game, but there are no new Pokeballs, Palkia keeps its crown. It's a big crown. It has to wear it with Dialga, and it's not a particularly practical crown because their heads are weird. Been doing bench resets. This is kind of like a portable bench reset. but it doesn't alternate times of day, and you can do it anywhere. Yep. First phase. Yeah, so with the Victory Bell strat, the toxic spikes persist long enough for the second Pokemon to poison itself. And then they just die to poison and Rocky Helmet chip. Oh, there's phase 2. Well, I mean, it is night. Now that didn't play the sparkle sound. That usually plays like in proximity, and then there's like usually a follow-up when you get close. So it's entirely possible that the Heracross and Pinsir I haven't been looking at have been shiny and I haven't seen them. I also didn't have audio output capture on for a little bit of that. So the people will see your Discord things, but they won't hear you. There we go.
We can like dub over it.
There you go.
I'll do my entire thing in Spanish. Just for fun.
Let's all pretend we're reacting to like Taco Bell announcements or something.
Did y'all see the new Lip Moss live?
Oh my god. Yes. Holy shit, it was fucking crazy.
I didn't think they'd drop that next year, you know?
I know, I'm so excited to put that in my body.
I thought it would have been a 2027 release at least.
I heard they're gonna delay it.
Spoilers for next experience, you know?
Yeah, the data mine's been pretty rough lately.
Yeah. I can't believe they just left like the whole cheesy gordita crunch on the menu.
This is... Oh my god. That's so fucking stupid.
I can't believe they brought out Tame Impala to make some announcements too.
I just imagine like people going up to like the menu in the drive-thru and like plugging in their computer and like hacking into it to like get the menu info. It's like, why would they put that in the menu? That's not coming out until like 3 months from now.
I think you just unlocked it.
Yeah, pull up your map, Mag.
Yeah, well, what? Let me find it.
Yep,
Yep,
you did unlock it.
Okay, I want to see what it means.
Man.
I wish the Pokeball Boutique was a fly point. It's so weird that it doesn't.
Right?
Also wish the Stone Emporium was too.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
freaking
very
lot.
weird choice.
Oh, is it Ellie? Is the post game like extensive, or is it just like catch Mewtwo? Oh.
Kind of somewhere in
We'll
the
find
middle.
Yeah.
I like breaking hazards with metronome.
I mean, you might get lucky and that Lopunny might try to break it for you.
Can wild Pokemon break these?
Oh, phase 3, shiny Heracross.
Oh, nice.
Let's go. Bug.
We're finding all the shiny megas.
Bug.
I guess so.
Me next.
There it is.
No, I've been going for a few hours. I think I'm
This is
I'm
so
done.
cool, dude. I have to hunt this.
Yeah, it's
It's
super
so
easy
cool.
too, Mac. All you have to do is like fly to Wild Zone 18, walk inside, look at it, and then fly back. It's so fast.
Yeah. Cause like I'm just deciding if I want to use it on this team or the DPQ.
Okay, this Heracross fell asleep in midair and woke up as soon as I came back.
That's impressive.
Hopefully you don't find anything wrong.
Yep.
Well, unless you're trying to figure out if something is wrong, and it's,
Dude, this is my favorite area.
Oh, let's go.
I hate this area. I hate that area.
Never really gotten to use shiny Mega Heracross. I've actually saved so close to the nighttime transition that it doesn't even say night is falling over the city on every reset and like play the little noise. Oh, there's phase 4. Told you it would sparkle as soon as we got in. Hello, sir. I know I can buy live ladybugs on Amazon. Oh, there's phase 5. Hello, sir. Well, I said I'd use Apper Balls on shiny alphas, but I don't actually have a good Apper Ball for this. I'll try to add Ghost type to me. Nice. Alright. I mean, that's the static alpha, so that's not that surprising. But, yeah, there's phase 5. Yep. Okay, so the ladder is through this obstacle course. I mean, phase 6. I mean, this one, I don't know if it was here. I guess we would have heard it. We would have heard it coming back here on phase. Okay, it's not this lamppost Lechling. Alright, it's something up here. Which is funny because this is my favorite place to do ZA Royale. Is it something in the wild zone? Yes, that's possible. I'm being messed with? Oh, it's literally just been right there the whole time. Have you considered looking across the street from where you heard the shiny sound? So, yeah, the the alley is also a source of shinies back here. When I saw that it wasn't in the, it wasn't anything in the zone, because we can see the entire zone. I had to reroute to, avoid it seeing us. We had to drop in from behind.
Man, I would love to see Mega Starmie sitting at the cafe.
Oh yeah.
You can't, but I haven't figured out a way to have them show Megas at the cafe.
I think if you just have it be Mega, right? Does it not?
I tried, but I'm not sure if the thing ran out. Do I have Mega Juice right now? Look at some.
Oh. Phase 8.
What is it?
That is a shiny pincer. The one thing I don't have from this area yet. There we go. Alright, Scyther, you're off the team. You phased too many times.
Let me go over here.
I was thinking about, when I was setting up the Scyther hunt in Alola, I was thinking about, Mega Pinsir is like the only Pokemon that gets a super effective false swipe on, Scyther. Because you can... I mean, it's the only Pokemon that gets, like, one of the, you know, pixelate adjacent abilities and also learns false swipe. So, like, if you wanted to get the bonus multiplier from, the Pokemon, the bonus call or answer rate multiplier from the Pokemon having been hit by a super effective attack and living that turn over and over, you could use, like, Aerolate Mega Pinsir and just hit it with false swipe, flying type false swipe. Well, there's phase 9. Just watching Canned Wolfmeat's new ZA video off stream. I've said before, I rarely hunt off stream. And that is still true. Last time I was hunting off stream was for Watch Roll. But there's our second Scyther. Not Alpha. And keep going. Leave me alone so I can save. I mean, I guess I can save even if they're targeting me, as long as there's the barrier between us. Leave me alone so I can enter? Thank you. This zone isn't particularly friendly. I do wish you could, like, use paralysis or sleep to overwrite the enraged effect, but it doesn't work that way. Like if it was treated like a status condition, I think that would be pretty good. They never really give you false swipe in this game, huh? I can grab someone who has status-inducing moves. One thing that I do like here is that you can move Pokemon in order. Like if you multi-select, then oh yeah, no false swipe on Scyther's moveset here either. Which usually Scyther is like the standby false swipe learner. There we go. And that is Adamant. Pretty good nature. Oh, on to phase 10. Nope. Phase 11 is another Scyther. Non-alpha. There we go. Why hard reset instead of teleport if that can reset spawns faster? Yes, and also it means we don't have to constantly run up to where the Scyther are. We just load in where the Scyther are and can see everything in the zone. Case in point, we can see that that Phantump over there is shiny. Now having phased on every species that spawns in Wild Zone 13 at night, and even some that don't, it's time to switch up our strategy before I end up finding any different 5% shiny alphas. To isolate our hunt to just Scyther, we'll start by using a move with a large hitbox to KO both of them at once. This spawner has a 3-minute timer every time a Scyther is knocked out for them to respawn. Coincidentally, because it only spawns one species, it's also incompatible with the spawner overload glitch that others have been using in this game. After waiting about 20 seconds from when we knock them out, we'll have Salamence destroy the rest of the Pokemon in the zone as well as the Esper in the alley behind us. We'll also fly to the Pokemon Center to set our backup save, which we can reload by pressing up, X, and B on the title screen if we accidentally save too close to the respawn timer being up and accidentally save after the Scyther have already respawned. From here we can save closer and closer to when the Scyther are due to reappear, allowing us to soft reset their spawns without having to watch the Battle Zone activation cutscene or check any of the other spawns that we already have our shinies of. There does seem to be a slight delay between the spawn timer being up and the Scyther actually reappearing, as multiple times I accidentally locked in the Scyther that had already spawned by saving even though they hadn't become visible. If we save just perfectly, however, we can even have the Scyther be instantly visible on loading in while still being new Scyther every time, as seen by their gender and alpha status changing between resets. I will admit trying to get this perfectly timed save is barely saving any time in the long run and is more optimizing for optimization's sake, but it is very satisfying to pull off.
The Blue Jays win the World Series. Okay, well, another shiny Cleva. I'll finish that thought later.
Anybody but the Dodgers.
Well, that, but it's like, man, America doesn't deserve to win anything right now.
the one Canadian team winning America's
Yeah, there's
pastime.
one Canadian team has to win, right?
That's what I was chatting with my dad earlier. He said the exact same thing. He's pro Canada, and my mom's like, "How funny would it be if they won?"
It'd be so funny.
Hell yeah!
That's crazy. That's another Cleffa, and I haven't seen the single monkey yet. That's actually pretty
Whoa.
crazy.
You're Cleffa maxing, dude.
The
I
Clefas are
am.
eating the crystals and they're turning shiny.
I think
You gotta
so.
feed the crystals to the monkeys.
It's so true.
I want to eat the crystals too. They look
It looks
yummy.
so good.
They
Rock
do.
candy
They look
and-
like
Yeah.
they look exactly like rock candy. Well, cool. I can evolve this one into Clefairy now. I'm only one
Huge.
away from the whole line. That's really exciting. Nature guesses?
Naive.
Quirky.
Fossil.
Going Lex. Lonely.
Not anymore.
Billy.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone's really got to make like a dumb shiny hunter sayings like list video, and that's obviously one of them.
Yeah, like a shiny hunters be like video.
Yeah. It's only 35 resets, dude. That's crazy. Just for
Okay, this method does work.
Hey.
Alright, so my last shiny was almost exactly 6,000 Scythers seen before this.
Jeez. And you have charm, I'm assuming?
I have Charm, so we almost went 6x odds.
Whoa.
Would have been like
Good
another
lord.
100 encounters. Would have been 6x odds from the last shiny.
Oh my lord, dude.
Blech. Not
well,
even. You don't even have the audacity to be an alpha, huh? Man, you disgust me. Oh, you're invisible with the camera now. Alrighty. But we have confirmation that it works.
Yes.
Oh, hey, there's an alpha pincer in the background. Good. Happy for you. You know what? You get a netball. I don't respect you. Okay. I'm beginning to suspect that this method doesn't work. Or like the shiny rolls on the charm are getting ignored. Just by length of the phases. Probably go to 14k here. Oh, never mind. There's another phase.
Huge.
I was about to say, I'll go to a 14k here and then I'll probably make dinner and then hit up going live. But I guess I'll take this phase and then make dinner and then go live. I guess that's a better outcome, even if this is still not what we're looking for.
One day, Toast. One day.
One day.
One day he'll get a video out. Sorry, YouTube.
Hey! Alright, there's phase 16. Yippee wahoo. I'd have to see how long ago phase 15 was, but that one actually felt relatively short. So we're regressing to the mean in a big way.
I was comfortable
Huge.
going online.
Yep.
Even though I don't think I saw a
Careful
single
with that bush.
mega that was even introduced in this game.
Okay, yeah, that's about what my friend said, and she said like maybe you'll see Dragonite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you run into me, then you're gonna run into some of the worst things you've ever
Hey, remember when I said the only way I can phase with the respawn timer setup is if I get a thing other than Scyther respawning while I'm setting it back up?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Any nature guesses on this Phantom?
Oh, give me an adamant.
Quirky.
I'm gonna. It's gotta be bold, right?
Bold or
Mag, are you
impish?
good? Where are you, Mag?
That's a trickster.
Oh, I see you. Okay.
Poison. Fate.
This
I really
is
don't have a way
hasty.
to help with that, but
It's
for that bush.
Before this, I had been using it as sort of a rule of thumb that if you don't see the fade in animation, they're not, like, they're not being freshly spawned, and that, like, you're just seeing the same ones. But these are, like, different Scythers. They're, different genders, different alpha. Like that. I was about to say different shininess, but not, we haven't seen that yet with this phase, but prove me wrong, why don't you? There you go. Like every other source of decorations, they tell you, like, except for, I think, well, your mom, I don't know if she tells you which decoration she bought, but she does tell you she bought a decoration. There's another phase. Okay, I think this is our first under odds phase. I'll have to check the amounts. Nature guesses. Oh yeah, definitely. Our last phase was at 17,700 or 17,074. And so this one was only like 682. Hey, there's another phase. Not bad at all. Ow. That is Scyther number 10. Phase 20. Koopa's a very weird Pokemon. Honestly, like, The prison bottle used to only last 3 days, which is up there with like Shaman in terms of like arbitrary limits on its form changes. At least they let you use Shaman Sky at night. Hey, phase 21. Okay, these phases are getting really short. So, Shiny Charm is no longer broken. Or at least it's broken in my favor now. I feel like that one was, that was less than 1,000 for sure. Okay, well, I was going to KO these Esper, or at least have them run away from me, but I think that indicates that that one on the crate over there is shiny, which is the only way we can phase on this, is if they're shiny in between... If they're shiny in between the, Wait, are you shiny? You're not. I was deceived. It's the trash. Well, I've said multiple times the only way we can phase is if it's immediately between Scythers. So, oops. Hey, base 22. I don't get to break out of my dusk ball at night. Against the rules. I still haven't seen the bug where a Pokemon notices you over and over and creates like a bright red laser of exclamation points. That's not the glitch I was talking about, but that was really good. Oh. There's our next phase. This one took a little while, in comparison to the other guys. The last couple have been like 680. This one was a little slower than that. And there we go. A little bit of off-stream hunting. Makes for an interesting, oh. You didn't even proximity sparkle. You just immediately, You just immediately started doing your ambient sparkles. Well, there's phase 24. Nice. First time for like Patrat. I mean, Patrat and Furfrou and the elemental monkeys. Those are all. Those will all probably become available like whenever they give out Safari Balls in ranked in this game. I also remembered to grab my sport balls in between Scyther phases. We've got some here. Hey, there's a phase. Scyther number 20. This one has to be alpha, right guys? That's how this works. 1 in 20. So it goes, so it goes. Every time I see Seal on the ranch, I get a pang of guilt. I'm like, I'm sorry, Haley. I made you request Pokemon over and over dozens of times until you said the one I wanted, and then I didn't shiny hunt it. Oh! Come on. Right after the clip cut off, so now I have to include both 30-minute clips in the project. Dare you. As for why I haven't finished shiny hunting Haley's Seal, you're looking at it. Scyther is no longer pumped up. Mood. There's phase 33. Why not? Okay. At least this one was relatively quick, huh? This is offline hunting as well as the last one, if that wasn't obvious. Watching K-pop demon hunters with someone in a call. I've been trying to spice these up by catching them in different Pokeballs. I don't know how... Like, I've kind of run out of ones that are actually good here. I wonder if I can see the catch rate increase as Lather takes more actions with the timer ball. I think that's how the time... It is, okay. Timer ball works by how many times they've moved. I don't know if I needed to re-lock on, or if it just hit the threshold while I wasn't locked on. Who knows? When will the Master Rank Ribbon be ready? I was just talking to McCreathen about this. I need to get 2 opponents. I need one to break my win streak and one to give me the win, because I don't want to get stranded on a high win streak. Otherwise, it'll be really hard to find opponents in the future. So, I can't give you an exact time of when it'll be done, but... Oop. There's another phase. You. Well, let's see if we can get a quick ball going. Okay, you are way too far from your home. Just leave. There's another one. Oh! Oh, it does exist. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's not going 40,000. We're not going... we're not going double odds, at least. Whoa. That is just... It exists. Oh my goodness. Finally. I don't get, like most shiny hunts, I'm like, you know, I expect to find this eventually. This one really pushed the limits of, like, reasonable hunt length. I've unanchored my camera. Let me get out of here so I can take a picture with this. Okay. Now, What I'm gonna do, actually, is I'm gonna fly to the Pokemon Center to set a backup save. Just in case. But, catching this with a friend ball should be guaranteed at 0 HP. Or, like, stunned. With the shiny... The shinies get a 3x multiplier, and normal Alpha Scyther is like a 34%. And so you get a 3x on the 34%, it becomes 100%. So shinies are always remembered. There's an Alpha Pinsir there. You can see. The game will store up to 10 shinies. There's a lot of random alphas around here today. The game will store up to 10 shinies in memory, and if you find an 11th and you leave its area, it'll replace the oldest in that. If there's already 10, it'll replace the oldest of the 10. Looney Tunes move. I see you. That is terrifying. We gotta see it sparkle first. Not here. And they immediately turn around. Somebody activated my sparkles. Okay, that goes kind of hard. Center it a little better. Hold on, I also want to get the Scizor jacket in the shot. I like how the world just keeps existing while you do this. Oh, alright. Let's catch this. This is the whole reason we got the friend ball. I have all the other non-Hisuian Pokeballs on Shiny Scizor from the phases from the Paldean Scizor we did. Tostada the Prideful. Or Tostada the Arrogant with the Prideful mark. And so, the one ball that Sword and Shield Scizor and Paldean Scizor broke out of every single one I had. There we go. The scales had to balance eventually. Of the ones I caught, or of the ones I counted in the Scizor Generation quest, where I counted the encounters, 5 of them were under odds, and 3 of them were over odds. Or, yeah, 3 were over odds, 5 under. And so the scales had to balance. It is now, the score is now 5-4 with a heavily over odds Shiny Scyther Alpha. And with that, after 39,828 Scythers seen, 35 phases, 24 of which were non-alpha shiny Scyther, Painless Scizor is finally ours, adding Legend ZA to our collection of Scizor from every generation with every origin mark. While she doesn't have any ribbons to earn like her siblings and won't for some time, I'm excited to use her as part of my team for the upcoming Mega Dimension DLC. And speaking of upcoming things, make sure to check out Chotakana's new stickers on Etsy that are currently available on sale, as well as Ranch Week, which depending on when you're watching this may be running very soon or even right now. And even if I don't see you there, thanks for watching.